Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome to the field at Hudson High School. I'm Dakota Antleman. You're watching live HUD-TV coverage of Hudson Hawks varsity football. Tonight, the Hawks come home after 2 weeks on the road. It's Hudson versus Quabbin in homecoming night here in Hudson. The teams are finishing their warm-ups behind me, but before we get to the game, we have a lot to show you from the last 2 weeks in Hudson sports. Recap the last 3 weeks of football before we dive into the archive to see how the last meeting between these two teams went. We'll speak with one of our Hudson offensive stars about how the season has gone and touch base with analyst Joe Catella for some breakdown of the game. We'll then show you some highlights from our coverage of girls soccer this fall, and then come back to football for a final preview of tonight's game. We have a lot to get to, so let's get started. We know the highlights from week 4. It's Hudson versus Nipmuc in the Morgan Bowl. Let's take a look at those.
Football action here. Hudson taking on Nipmuc. Let's take a look at how this game went down. Hudson's got the ball right off the bat, and it's Corey Clemens dropping back into the pocket. He finds his man over the middle, bobbled through the coverage. He holds on. Big gain there early for the Hawks. And Hudson was rolling on this drive early in this game. Here's the pitch out to Andrew DiBattista to the left side. He's going to juke around some defenders, dive inside the 10-yard line. That sets up the Hawks very deep in Nipmuc territory. Here's the pitch out to DiBattista. Once again, he finds a hole stretching through the tackles. He's going to fall into the end zone, puts the Hawks up early. After stifling the Hudson two-point conversion attempt, Nipmuc's going to go to the run game on their next drive. Here they are going to the left side. Their rusher in past the 20, in past the 10. He's going to get into the end zone and tie the game just like that. Later in the half, Nipmuc beginning to swing momentum back in their favor. Here's the run play to the right side, back past the numbers, finally taken down near the 40-yard line, but a big gain again on the ground for Nipmuc. A few plays later now in the second quarter, here's Nipmuc working from inside the 10. The run play, he's going to take it from the 10 into the end zone. Another touchdown for Nipmuc. They go up. Now they're kicking off to Hudson. Tony Francolini back deep for Hudson. He's going to receive it from inside the 15-yard line. He's going to run it right back up the middle and find a seam. Francolini standing on his feet, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Over midfield, he's finally taken down by the kicker, but puts the Hawks up in Nipmuc territory. Hawks go right back to the run game. It's going to be Andrew DiBattista once again. DiBattista, bit of a stutter step. They don't get him down till the 10. Hudson is rolling. But here's where it broke down. The snap over the head of Corey Clemens. He's back deep under pressure. Has to throw it away to avoid the sack. The Hawks will turn it over on down. They get the ball back later in the game. Now here's the pitch. Andrew DiBattista rotating around the backside. He cuts in along the hash marks. Finally taken down near the 20-yard line. That drive ended, however, after a penalty, and yet another snapping miscue. This snap again over the head of Corey Clemens. He has to dive nearly back to midfield to smother that. The Hawks again punting. The Hawks continue to get offensive chances, but they continue to have offensive miscues as well. Here's the interception by Nipmuc. They take over near the Hudson 35-yard line. They'd make quick work of the Hudson defense from there. Here's the run right along the right side. Finds a seam. Rusher gets into the end zone for yet another touchdown. That would do it for this one. Despite the early touchdown for the Hawks, Hudson falls at home to Nipmuc.
So after that Nipmuc game, Hudson went to Maynard. They lost that one 33-0. And after that very difficult shutout loss on the road in Maynard, Hudson headed up to Oakmont, looking to regain some momentum on their longest road trip of the season. Let's take a look at some of those highlights from that game now.
Friday night football action. Hudson heads to Ashburn with the Hawks and Oakmont Spartans. So Oakmont gets the ball first, but that initial drive will end here. Hudson generates a fumble. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Their offense will get started inside the Oakmont red zone. Right away, Corey Clemens here hands it off right to Tony Francolini. He goes up the middle. He gets his first touchdown in nearly a month. Hawks lead. This Hudson defense was all over Oakmont's offense early in this one. Oakmont here trying to go up the middle. Hudson smothering them. No gain, but Oakmont finally going to break through just a few plays later. Here's the handoff. Breaks a few tackles. Rusher still on his feet, stays on his feet to inside the 20-yard line, finally taken down, but a big gain there for the Spartans. Hudson's defense shuts down the Oakmont offense for a few plays, though, forcing Oakmont to send out its kicking unit for a rare field goal. That field goal is good, so Oakmont cuts the Hudson lead in half. This one was shaping up to be a shootout early. Hudson on offense here. Corey Clemens dropping back into the pocket. Target Spencer Cullen down the sideline. Cullen brings it in, a big gain there through the air for the Hawks. Hudson unable to score on that drive, however, so back to defense they go. And right here, Oakmont's run game is going to finally find a hole in the Hudson coverage. Streaking up the sideline, puts a little spin move on, finally take it down near the 20-yard line. Oakmont is still rolling here. Quarterback again hands it off to his running back. What a spin move again. Another great spin move by the Oakmont running back. He gets into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Oakmont. It'll send us to halftime with Oakmont leading 10-6. We'll take it up here in the second half, and Oakmont has made adjustments. Here's their quarterback throwing from the 35, gets it all the way past across midfield. Big passing reception there for the pass game. Alec Dalton finally takes his man down near the 20-yard line, but Oakmont in a threatening position. Now they'll come right back in and score with a run right up the middle. Oakmont gets a touchdown early in the second half. Oakmont back on offense here. This is going to be a flurry of offensive plays. You're going to see a lot of highlight reel plays here in this second half. Yet another huge passing play for Oakmont. This time sheds the tackler near the 20-yard line. Yet another touchdown. Oakmont going to tack on one more, and the quarterback sneaks from the 1-yard line. So Oakmont coming out firing on all cylinders here in the second half. But Hudson would not go down without a fight. They force Oakmont to punt here. Kicks it all the way down. Received by, it's going to be Austin Berry near the 35-yard line. Berry looks like he's going to go down, but able to shake his way out of basically 3 or 4 tackles there. He makes a beeline for the sideline. Berry stays inbound for a step, finally chased out of bounds a little before he was tackled. But Austin Berry keeping the play alive, puts the Hawks in good position. Unfortunately for Hudson, however, they'd be unable to score on this drive. Here's the interception near midfield for Oakmont. Corey Clemens tries to chase him down. He won't get there. Pick 6 for Oakmont. He's going to put this game away. And that was it. The final score on this one, 38-6. Oakmont wins the game in this home game for them up in Aspen.
Hudson unable to get back in the win column out there on the road in Nipmuc. Their losing streak stretches to 3 games as they drop that one. So you just saw it, the past 3 weeks have been tough for this Hawk squad. We spoke to wide receiver Austin Berry earlier this week about how he's responded to those losses and about his goals for the rest of the season. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
The season hasn't gone as well as I had hoped. Me and some of the seniors are on the same page of where we would wish we were right now. We don't want to be 1-5 this far into the season, but we got a lot of hardworking kids and a lot of dedicated kids. So I think this season can turn around with the rest of our schedule. We've played some tougher teams this season so far. And Tommy getting hurt didn't really kind of made us lose our momentum a little bit. That's one of our top wide receivers. If not, he's our top wide receiver, one of our most talented kids on the team. So that kind of hurt a little bit. But we're all looking to turn things around and working hard to get there. I'm actually way more comfortable with, and this isn't a shot at Steve or anything. Steve is a really good athlete and really good quarterback, but I'm more comfortable with Corey because my freshman and sophomore year, that's who was throwing me the balls and the dimes, and I'm more comfortable with Corey and how he throws. And I feel like he might be a little bit more comfortable with me way more than Steve was, because Steve and I only really played together last season. So Corey at least already has a little bit of experience with how I manage the wide receiver spot, and I know how he throws the ball. So me and Corey got more chemistry than me and Steve ever did. They're definitely going to throw way more than any other teams that we have come across at all this year. They threw a lot last year too, so we already kind of know what to expect. We don't think that they've changed a whole lot on their scheme or anything. So we're just prepping. We're putting in a new defense, I think. I'm not really sure. We haven't talked a whole lot about it. We're just going to scheme more today at practice. So, but we're definitely going to get prepared for Quabbin's offense. I want the rest of the season to be nothing but W's. I don't care if it's a close game, as long as we come out with a win, I'm happy. From a senior's perspective, it was a big goal for us to make it to playoffs, but with our schedule, it was a little harder this season. But we're definitely gonna roll out to Tingsboro and fight, and then we're gonna fight against the Orange School. So we got that to look forward to, and I think we got 2 more consolation games after Tingsboro too. So we're not sure who they're going to be yet, but we're just going to get ready to fight and get out there and improve.
So we've gone back through the past 3 weeks with those highlights. We heard from Austin Berry about the past 3 weeks in that past interview. What we're going to do now is go back about 53 weeks to October 14th, 2016. That's the last time the Hawks played Quabbin on the road in Barre, Massachusetts. Let's take a look at how that game played out.
Almost exactly a year ago, the Hawks headed out to Barre, Massachusetts for their longest road trip of the year. They took on Quabbin on the road. Hudson gets the ball first, so it'll be senior quarterback Steven Miranda leading the offense out on the field. Miranda takes the snap and takes it himself. He goes to the right, finds a hole up the right side. He's going to dart along the sideline, finally dragged out of bounds for the big gain early for the Hawks. That's going to put them in a favorable position up against the Quabbin goal line. Miranda again, the snap, takes it once again, makes a little bit of a stutter step, able to dive in for the touchdown. Hawks go up early. Quabbin with the ball now. Their quarterback under center lost one deep to the far corner of the end zone. Receiver pulls it in, and just like that, Quabbin answers. Quabbin had one of the best offenses in the state last year, and you see it happen again on this play. Their quarterback hooking up with a big receiver, big gains through the pass game. That's going to go all the way down the field. Yet another touchdown for Quabbin. Hudson's offense, however, would not be outdone. Steven Miranda takes yet another run into the end zone. That's his second of the day with 8:04 left in the third quarter. Next Hudson possession. The Hawks march all the way down the field again. They're going to hand it off to Tony Francolini here. Francolini bobbing and weaving. He gets into the end zone. Gives the Hawks a lead late in this one. But Quabbin kept the pressure on. Here they are back on offense. Their quarterback drops back. Great pocket protection. And he makes the connection. Nearly intercepted by the Hawks, but this is going to go for big yardage down the field. Finally take it down inside the 30-yard line. Quabbin still working, now in threatening position. Quarterback again, back to pass. Goes for the back corner of the end zone. They connect. Just a brilliant catch there by the receiver. That'll be a touchdown for Quabbin. And Quabbin again will not take their foot off the gas. Yet another huge gain through the air. This is yet another touchdown. Quabbin begins to run away with this one. Time running out in the fourth quarter. Hudson's going to make a last-ditch effort to come back. Steven Miranda able to get his third touchdown of the day with just under 10 minutes left in the game. Hudson's going to work to keep themselves in it on this play. Quarterback under pressure a little bit, throws back shoulder pass. It's intercepted deep in Hudson territory, but Hudson's going to run this one back. A big interception late in this game gives the offense back the ball. But as an interception started that drive, an interception would end it. Steven Miranda takes the snap under pressure from the pass rusher. He's picked off. Quabbin takes over. And this would be the nail in the coffin on a drive that started near midfield. Quabbin able to march down towards the Hudson goal line. Their running back spins into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Panthers go up. They hold on to the lead. They defeat Hudson.
Hudson drops that one, but not by as much as many predicted. Quabbin entered that game flying high. Hudson, meanwhile, had started their year 0-4 and was not looking very good going into that game. But they were able to put up a fight. They're hoping to do the same again tonight. For more on how the Hawks will try to snag a win, we go to Joe Catella with analysis of the Oakmont game you saw earlier. Let's take a look at that.
Hello and welcome to X's and Joe's, the show where we break down 2 good plays and 1 bad play from Hudson Hawks last week. So let's get right into it. So we're going to start off with the Hawks at around the 7-yard line. Corey Clemens hands it off to Tony Francolini. He finds a hole and breaks a few tackles to score the first touchdown of the game. So let's break it down for you. So we're going to look at the formation. Hudson is in a 2-back set right now. Defense looking like man-to-man coverage. And they are going to be stacking the box to try to control the run. Now Corey Clemens about to hike it, and it's a handoff to Tony Francolini, and a nice guard pull by one of the Hudson linemen, making a hold for Tony Francolini to cut right through, as you'll see right in a second. And he goes, and now Tony Francolini went into the hole and is now breaking a few tackles. There's 2 defenders on him. He's still driving his feet, trying to fight for the extra yards, and he does, and gets into the touchdown to score his first touchdown in around a month. Now moving on to the second play, Oakmont has the ball. It is 3rd and 6 in the first quarter, and they are trying to get the first down right now. Oakmont goes in motion, and it's hiked. It is a handoff, and the handoff is muffed, and Hudson recovers for the football and now gets the ball at their own 20-yard line. Let's break down the play for you. We're going to start off by looking at the formations of both teams. Oakmont is in a 2 tight end set, and Hudson looks like they're in a zone coverage right now. Now the Oakmont player does go in motion. It was a good read by Hudson, and communication shifting over the defense to make the field balance again. So good communication by Hudson there. And now the ball is hiked, and Connor Merowitz coming off the edge. Nice jump off the snap, and is going to disrupt this run play and cause the fumble, which is about to happen right now. And also, because of the pressure, the handoff was just muffed and probably a little nervous, and caused the ball to get dropped on the ground. And now the ball's on the ground, and Hudson does recover and get the ball at their own 20-yard line. Now moving on to the last play. It's Oakmont's ball, 1st and 10, and they are knocking on the Hudson's red zone right now. So Oakmont hikes the ball, and it's an option play, and the QB keeps it, going down, getting the first down, getting extra yards, and getting brought down at around the 18-yard line. Now let's break down what Hudson went wrong there. So now looking at the formations, the Hawks are in another zone defense, one safety deep, and Oakmont does have two wide receivers spread right and one left. Now Oakmont hikes the ball, and this is the biggest part of the play right here. The edge player for Hudson should set and make sure that the quarterback does not go on the outside and keeps the ball like he does. Because if the player did, then the QB
Big Ace Joke Teller for that. We'll be back to football in a moment. But first, we're going to take a quick look at the girls' soccer team. HUD-TV has covered a lot of girls' soccer this fall. The team has looked to snag a playoff ticket for their second straight year. Let's take a look at some highlights from that season now.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, what do you see? You see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. The blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Okay, so girls soccer there, up and down season for them really as they come back and start 2017 off. They unfortunately were unable to clinch a playoff spot, but a good season nonetheless. You saw a little bit of that there in that montage. The game is pretty much underway. We're already done the national anthem. The warm-ups are complete. The game will be getting underway in just a moment. That'll pretty much do it for us in the pregame show once more for HUD-TV. This is an HSPN broadcast of HHS football. I'm Dakota Anselman. Now up to Joe and Pete in the booth for the call of the game.
Dakota, welcome to Morgan Bowl. Tonight's homecoming night 2017, and the opening kickoff has just ensued. It was a low bouncing kick down to the Quabbin 42-yard line by number 36, Nate Walsh. Hawks coming into the night 2-4, 1-5 overall. Quabbin 2-4 as well overall. Four wide receivers now for Quabbin as they take the first snap of the game. Around the edge, Colby Smith. First down plus, gain of 13. Finally stopped on the far sidelines at the Hudson 48. First down and 10 for the Panthers.
So what are you expecting from this game?
I'm not sure, Joe. You know, the Quabbin's a team that scores a lot of points. They average close to 40 points a game, but they also give up 40 points a game. The question is, do the Hawks have 40 points in them? We'll have to wait and see. Smith again, stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Like Johnson filled the gap and made the initial hit. Coming out of the linebacker spot. So they mark it for a loss of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 for Quabbin. Sweep to the left side. Down to the 40-yard line. Stopped by Alec Dalton. Ryan Malkowski, your quarterback for the Panthers, number 4. Pete Conti and Joe Catella from the Morgan Bowl homecoming night here at HHS. Malkowski in the shotgun. Colby Smith. Stopped by Johnson again. 2 good stops in this drive by Calvin Johnson.
Quabbin is loving the motion with the wide receiver, and that play Hudson did do good stopping it, but they will have to be able to stop the jet sweeps after letting up 2 big jet sweep plays.
Brings up 4th down for Quabbin, just inside the Hudson 45. 8:10 left to go in the first quarter. Malkowski flanked on either side. He's got 3 receivers as well. And it's going to be a false start against Quabbin. It's going to move him back closer to midfield. And ball spotted right at the 50. Be 4th and about 13. Malkowski, empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. And he tries to escape the pocket, got rid of the ball, like Jamie Higgins dragged him down. So a turnover on downs. Hawks take over 1st and 10 from midfield. Good field position.
Yeah, big stop right there for the Hawks, especially on the opening drive. Have been struggling throughout the season, giving up opening drive points. Now giving the offense the ball in some good field position.
First play from scrimmage for the Hawks. Picks up about 4. We'll bring up 2nd down. Corey Clements, your Hudson quarterback. Francolini finds a seam, gets to the Quabbin 40. '23 Hunter Paniton at the fullback position. Francolini followed him out of the backfield. Not a very big crowd on the other side of the field that made the trip from Barry tonight. Clements under center. Toss to the right. Francolini cuts it inside. Down to the 30, still on his feet. And wrestled down at the Quabbin 20-yard line. Gain of 20 for Francolini.
Hudson loving that I formation right now with the fullback. Very popular throughout the season, and as it has been working very efficiently with that big gain as a good example.
And Clements with the keeper. Just follows him straight up the middle for almost 5 yards. Second and 5, 5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless, Hawks on their first drive. Francolini cuts it back into the middle, down to the 5. First down and goal for Hudson from the 5-yard line. Johnson and Berry are split to the left. And Francolini puts his head down at the 1, in for the Hudson touchdown. Francolini from 5 yards out.
That drive is just pretty much focused on Francolini there. Just running and pounding the ball, and it got him the touchdown. Just about a 40, 45, or 55 touchdown drive.
So Francolini from 5 yards out puts the Hawks on top early in this one on their first drive. Extra point to come. And there's a timeout on the field called by the Hawks. We're going to head down to Dakota on the field.
So Hudson goes up 6-0 there on that early touchdown. Again, Hudson's going first for the, once again, it seems like a regularity now. The question is, can Hudson hold on to that lead? What we're going to see after this attempted two-point conversion after the end of this timeout is Quabbin rolling out their pass game. Colby Smith is leading their team not only in rushing yards but in passing yards. He's actually leading Central Massachusetts in passing yards with 977. He will almost certainly hit 1,000 passing yards or receiving yards here tonight as Quabbin converts and gets as Hudson converts and gets the extra point. But Smith, a real threat through the air. We're going to be keeping our eyes on him, averaging 31 yards per catch. He's a huge threat. Big question tonight is whether the Hawks can stop that. They're up now, and now we're looking at whether or not their defense can lock things down. Back to you, Pete.
Spencer Cole.
Thanks, Dakota. As you saw, the extra point was good. So the Hawks lead 8-0, 4:08 to go, first quarter. Hey man, I got it. So the Hawks forced the Panthers to turn the ball over on their first drive, took over around midfield. And it was a pretty efficient drive, no loss of yardage, and all on the ground, aside from the extra point from Corey Clemens to Spencer Cullen. Cullen Spencer? Yeah, I got it. Hey, I got it out of the way early tonight.
There you go.
Another low kick. And fielded again by Nate Walsh. this time at his own 44. They took over at their own 42 to open the game.
Pete, what's your thoughts on Hudson going with these quick squib kicks off the kickoff? Because it's giving the offensive or the other team really good field position.
Yeah, I mean they always seem to kick the ball low. They don't really try to kick for distance. But Johnson's had a couple of games. The last 2 games, he's just been the bright spot of the Hawks because he's had to punt a lot. But he punted real well last week at Oakmont. Malkowski pass was complete to Devin Thomas, but he was brought down quickly by Spencer Cullen.
Hawks defense looking very good right now, and the opening drive and the start of this one.
So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. .337 to go in the quarter. Malkowski, 3-step drop, looks downfield, it's complete at the Hudson 45. And an extra 7 yards for Travis Lamfer. First down, Quabbin at the Hudson 39. Malkowski trying to get out of the pocket. Jamie Higgins from behind. Could be a loss of about 4. Call it 3.
Hawks haven't been getting that much pressure this season, but in the start of this game, they've been forcing the quarterback into some uncomfortable positions and getting the first sack of the game.
Yeah, Malkowski's too comfortable in the pocket because he can see the pressure coming. He doesn't escape quickly. He's been caught 2 times, 2 sacks tonight.
2 sacks.
Malkowski looking left all the way. And that was in and out of the hands of Derek Rohan. Third and 13. Malkowski tried to hit the quick seam, broken up by Di Battista, and Devin Thomas was the intended receiver once again.
Quabbin just going with the same play that they did to get that long conversion. And Hudson felt like they read the play exactly how it was and almost picked it off.
Brings up 4th down. 4th and 13. 2:08 left to go first quarter. Malkowski's in the shotgun. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Rolls right, looking left. Malkowski with some time, unloads it downfield. Too far for Derek Rohan. Dalton was in coverage. The pass was well ahead of Rohan. He wasn't going to catch it. So another turnover on downs, the 2nd for Quabbin. The Hawks will take over at their own 43-yard line. 1:56 to go in the quarter. And Clemens with the keeper gets across midfield. Second and 2. Francolini behind Panetton inside the 45 to the Quabbin 43-yard line.
Cody Francolini getting a lot of yards after contact, just carrying some Quabbin opponents.
Like a game he had, geez, I can't remember if it was last year or it was the year before up in Gardner. He had a 200-yard night. Francolini saves a loss of yardage, picks up, well, he got back to about the original line of scrimmage. It was good work by Francolini just to do that.
Yeah, could have lost 4 or 5 yards that play.
Second down and 10. Hawks in the I formation, 2 to the left. And it's Francolini again. Pushes forward for a couple, maybe 3. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're through 1 here at Morgan Bowl on homecoming night. It's the Hawks 8 and Quabbin nothing. I think we're going to go down to the field to Dakota.
So 8-0 here as we wrap up the first quarter. Hudson leading after 1, a good sign for them. What I want to look at back in that first quarter, Hudson absolutely shutting down this Oakmont offense, Quabbin, pardon me. This Quabbin offense, really nothing coming offensively for them. That's something that was sort of a threat. Quabbin scores a lot of points. They score a lot of points through the air. Hudson has shut that down tonight, so a good sign. That's been reflected on the field of what we've been hearing down on the sideline. This is a team, there's a lot of sort of back and forth between these two teams. That's something Hudson doesn't do very often, and its presence tonight may signal a lot of confidence on this team, confidence that they're in this game, confidence that they can pull a win out of this one. So we're going to start the second quarter in just a moment, send it up back now to Pete and Joe for the call of that.
Thanks, Dakota. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Some good play. It was some good play in that first quarter by the Hawks defense, forcing the Quabbin to turn the ball over on downs on both the possessions in that quarter.
The Hawks offense also looking pretty good, especially running the ball, mainly only running the ball. And now they're facing with a 3rd and long, so let's see if they're going to stick with the run game or maybe go for a pass.
No, they haven't passed yet. They haven't needed to. They haven't really been in that down and distance type of yardage where they're going to need to pass the ball.
And they still run the ball here to pick up the 3rd and long.
There's Francolini again up the middle. First down yardage again for the Hawks. They'll move the chains here to open the second quarter. Ball spotted just inside the Quabbin 30.
Here you go, Corey.
Clemens keeps around the right side. Pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line.
Usually not a, I guess, unusual play call by a quarterback sneak and like on a 1st and 10, but it's obviously working pretty well.
Yeah. First down and 10, Quabbin 15. Toss left side. Francolini kicked it inside behind Panetton, down to the 10. Hawks grinding it out on the ground, keeps the clock running as well. Hawks yet to put the ball in the air. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Franklini goes right side this time. Looks like he's inside the 10. If he is, it'll be 1st and goal. Inside the 5, rather.
Quabbin just cannot stop this offense right now. Pounding the rock, especially this formation. I don't believe Hudson, other than maybe the 2-point conversion, has got out of the I formation. Why fix it if it ain't broke?
Yeah, no, now they can dictate how the game goes because they're usually playing from behind. Very rarely are they playing with a lead.
And now they're also controlling the clock with a established run game right now.
Yeah. So far it works.
Looking good for Hudson right now, early on.
Clemens to the line. Franklini, left side.
Get in there, get in.
Down to about the 1. Wrapped up by Travis Lamfer. Brings up 2nd and goal. Clements on the center. Gives to Franklini. Franklini looking for some room. And he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Be 3rd and goal for the Hawks.
Middle's open.
Johnson and Berry is split to the right. And Clements is going to keep in for the Hudson touchdown. Clemens from the 1 puts the Hawks on top, 14-0.
Good play call there. Just haven't been able to stop the quarterback sneak. Tony Franklin and Hunter Panaden right there to push him in to get the extra boost, to get them the 1 yard and get the touchdown to get the lead 14-0 and go for the 2-point attempt.
57 yards on the drive. Hawks still haven't put the ball in the air. Two-point attempt. Clemens fakes the handoff and throws it into the end zone. 2 points. Looks like Panaden in the corner on the far side, right at the pylon. It was 7:53 to go in the 2nd quarter. It's the Hawks 16 and the Quabbin Panthers nothing. Thought we'd let the Hudson High Band regale you under the direction of Jason Karam. Hope you could hear that. They sound pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
Late arriving crowd tonight.
Very packed for homecoming.
And we're set to go. Another low kick. And pounced on at the Quabbin 48.
It's been working out well with them for this game for the basically onside kicks, but I still think it's a very questionable not kicking it pretty deep because you're still giving the opponent pretty good field position.
Yeah. It was Tyler Murray able to recover it for Quabbin. They'll take over on their own 48-yard line with 7:50 to go before the half. Stoppage in play. Let the official get into place. Malkowski with the handoff. Seth Talbot on the carry. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
What's the quick pass?
Left side this time for Talbot. And he doesn't make it around the corner.
Tony Francolini, I believe Tony Francolini on the tackle there, went to double the wide receiver spread left.
I couldn't see who came out of that right side. It shut that end off right away. Couldn't even really get outside the tackles before there was contact. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 11. Tight formation now for the Panthers. Malkowski with the play action. Quarterback draw. Spun down. It's going to be a 1st down. Down to the Hudson 40. Gain of about 13 for Malkowski. And a 1st down for Quabbin.
Not expecting the QB or option there. Just defense wasn't prepared and giving up the long 3rd down.
So new life for Quabbin at the Hudson 40-yard line. Malkowski rolls to the right. He tucked it early. He had run all the way on that. Picked up about 2. Higgins and the Merowitz on the tackle. Pick up a 2 on the play. Then be 2nd down and 8. Smith got around the end, cut it back to the middle, ball's on the ground. Hudson says they've got it. And they don't.
They mark it down.
The ball was recovered. Smith on the carry. So Quabbin holds on to the ball, 3rd and 8. Malkowski out of the shotgun. Has some time looking downfield. Pass was broken up. Adam Berry was intended for Devin Thomas.
Great break.
Austin Berry. I know Joe wanted to say something.
Yeah, it was Adam Berry. But yeah, great breakup by Austin Berry there.
Feel free to jump in whenever you want. Oh. Malkowski looking downfield, overthrows everyone. He was looking for Travis Lamford, but he would have been throwing into double coverage as it was, so he overthrew everyone. Third time tonight that Quabbin's been held on fourth down plays. So the Hawks take over. 3:43 to go at their own 38. And flag comes in late. Sometimes that means it's a face mask. Chop block. It's going to go against the Hawks. Going to move the ball back to the Hawks 23-yard line. First down at 25. As Francolini makes it to the edge, brought down from behind. Zach Eskandon on the tackle.
The counterplay that the Hudson keeps running, working very effectively, especially right there. A gain about 10-ish.
They look like they got about 11 yards on the carry. Call it 10, going to be 2nd and 15. Francolini spins off one tackle, gets across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Going to bring up about 3rd and 12.
Hawks haven't thrown the ball at all other than on the 2-point conversions. Do you expect a pass right here?
It's a passing situation, 3rd and 13. But you know, the way they've been able to accumulate yardage on the ground, I'd almost stay with it.
Especially on the last 3rd and long, they did run the ball and did get the first down, so you never know.
Quabbin's going to call timeout.
Presentation by the Hudson High School dance team. Led by co-captains Allison Haley and Hannah Fowle, and coached by Kelly Haley. They will comply at halftime. Please give them your attention.
And we're set to go. Clemens brings him out of the huddle. 3rd and 13. Berry in motion, takes a handoff. out across the 40. He's going to be brought down about his own 44. So the Hawks will have a decision to make here.
Fourth down.
With 2:16 left on the clock in the half. Do the Hawks go for it?
Maybe about 4th and 6. I don't know, with 2:16 left, I'd almost punt it. Johnson's been punting really well. We're going to go down the field right now to Dakota Antleman.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Hudson leading 15 or 16 to nothing. Can't read the scoreboard. 16 to nothing, I believe. Regardless, that is the most points Hudson has scored since the Clinton game. You know, they were scoring reliably 2 touchdowns per game for a couple weeks there at the beginning of the season. The past few weeks, opposing defenses have just shut them down. They are back on the scoreboard, back in the end zone, 2 touchdowns tonight. On the other side of the ball, this is the fewest points so far that Quabbin has scored in a while. Just running down the list, this is a team that puts up 20, 40 points, 30 points regularly. Their lowest scoring game on the season, they scored 16 in a loss to Clinton back in week 4. So this is abnormal for Hudson to be on the board like this. Very abnormal for Quabbin to be kept off it like this. We'll be going to halftime in just a moment, but it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. Back to you, Pete.
Thanks, Dakota. It certainly has been a dominating performance on the ground by the Hawks, mostly by Tony Francolini, and you had a couple long runs there as well by Corey Clemens. Play doesn't start. Referee in conference over on the far side of the field.
Flag on the play. I believe it was a encroachment or offsides.
Looked like probably a neutral zone violation at best, but and so the referee picks up the flag.
Some of the fans not too happy with that call.
It's the usuals. 4th down and 5. Ball spotted at the Hudson 43. First 4th down play of the night for the Hawks. Like you said, we were talking earlier, I'd almost punt it. The way their defense is playing, you got a chance with enough timeouts left to pin them deep in their own territory, because Johnson's been punting well, and he's set up to punt now. I think that's a wise decision. Calvin Johnson will do the kicking. The kick is away. And it's down at the 30-yard line by Alec Dalton. I think that was the best decision for the Hawks. Why risk it here with 2:05 left to play in the half and the way your defense is playing?
I agree. And they get ball at halftime, the Hawks. So why give up any unnecessary halftime points when you can make Quabbin earn that 70 yards to get some points on the board with 2 minutes left?
So Quabbin's going to take over from their own 30-yard line with 2:05 left to go before the half. Malkowski looking to throw. Throws it underneath. Tight window. Travis Lamfer with the reception. Caught that between Spencer Cullen and Adam Berry. I did it again, didn't I?
Did he call
Austin
Adam Berry?
Austin Berry.
Right when you got Spencer Cullen's name.
I know. I just got Spencer Cullen. Now I got a Berry block. Oh. Malkowski, empty backfield, looking to throw all the way. Screen pass. It's complete to Colby Smith. Takes it out to about the 50-yard line, brought down by Berry. I just wanted to see if you'd react to that. You did.
I was waiting for Adam right there.
Yeah. Timeout. 1:18 to go before the half. Little minuet by the Hudson High School Band under direction of Jason Karam. There's a buzz around here tonight.
What do you mean?
You can kind of hear, you hear the chatter here and there, and there's just general
There's
noise.
life in the, yeah.
There is life in the terrarium here. You can actually, it's audible. You can actually hear it from up here in the press box.
Yeah, the Hawks are winning a homecoming game. Lots of fans. Good times.
Our halftime will be filled with fun and frivolity, I'm sure. I see Buffy down there with a microphone in her hand, so you know anything's possible with her. And the pass falls incomplete from Malkowski. Not a receiver in sight.
He's in the pocket!
It looked like he was in the pocket there. So, questionable no call.
Second down and 10. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, wide for Malkowski. Malkowski downfield, intended for Devin Thomas, falls incomplete. 1:02 left on the clock.
The Quabbin's quarterback, Ryan Malkowski, has only completed 3 passes so far out of 9. Struggling, not just getting the ball off in the right spot, and Hudson playing pretty good coverage. So.
Malkowski, 2-step drop, looks downfield, incomplete. Brings up, and that's another turnover on downs for Quabbin. Number 4 on the night for them. So the Hawks will take over here. 57 seconds left to go. They'll take over at the Quabbin 49. Oop, my mistake. It is 4th down. Yeah, that's the last time I listened to the public address announcer, Donnie Quinn over there. And the Hawks are going to take a timeout. I believe that's number 3, but don't hold me to it.
Yeah, let's go with 3. It's around that.
I have them both with 3 apiece.
Quabbin looked like they were set up to go for the 4th and long. I don't know if I would agree with that call.
See, now, if I was Quabbin, I'd kick it here.
Yes.
You almost have to.
You don't want to give up unnecessary points at the end of half when you're in the midfield right now.
If they're going to score off you with 57 seconds to go, it's going to be on the longest field you can make it.
Just kick the ball, stop them until halftime, and then make some audibles and see if they can make a comeback. But Hawks playing very great offensively and defensively. Haven't seen that in any of their games, that both, maybe their Clinton game, that both units have been clicking.
Hawks with 16 in this first half. It was Francolini from 5 yards after virtually taking the ball the entire 52-yard drive. Malkowski goes upstairs, downfield, and a flag flies. It's caught at the 20. They're going to mark it complete at around the 19-yard line. There's a flag.
It might be pass interference.
Yeah, it's going to go against the Hawks.
Alec Dalton was not playing the ball. Got into the interference. It was still a great catch by the Quabbin receiver right there.
So Malkowski on the 4th down play here. We are telling him to punt, and then Malkowski goes downfield for the big gain down to the Hudson 20. 45 seconds to go in the half. 1st down and 10. Shows you what you know, Joe.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Now Quabbin in the I formation. Colby Smith with the carry. He was slowed down initially in the backfield. Like Ian Vickery might have been in there to made him stumble a bit just after the handoff. Smith again is going to try the left side, and he falls across the 15, around the 15-yard line. Timeout Quabbin. All right, now I think that's number 4.
So they have one more for the half.
They have one more, yeah.
With 16 seconds left and about
We got time for 2 pass plays. If the first one's
Take some
incomplete,
shots.
but you gotta take some shots near the end zone. I don't think you can really afford to throw something before the end zone. Then if you get tackled, you probably aren't going to get another playoff. Maybe they called 2 plays here. Third down and 6 from the Hudson 16. Malkowski's got Smith to his right. He's got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quick drop, going to go to the right on the seam. Complete. Travis Lamfer with the touchdown. 16 yards out. Malkowski to Lamfer.
Great throw right there. And getting the shot in the end zone that they needed. And now, instead of going in halftime down by 2 possessions, they made it a 1-possession game with the remaining seconds of the quarter, half, with a touchdown.
16-yard reception for Travis Lamfer. Good throw, too, by Malkowski. Yeah, they threw that between 2 receivers. And Malkowski smothered in the backfield on the 2-point conversion. So with 8 seconds to go in the half, Quabbin gets on the board. It's 16-6.
That was a big stop right there with the 2-point conversion, because now Hudson still makes it a 2-possession game. May come back to haunt them at the end of the game.
Good drive by Quabbin. They got the ball at their own 70-yard line, 30-yard line, 70-yard drive. They get themselves on the board. Seconds remaining in the first half. Real good throw, Malkowski to Lamfer. Taking a look down on the sideline, looks like Buffy is ready to go.
And with someone to interview, too.
Low kick, fielded at the 32. Looked like it was Paniton over there on the far side. And time runs out in the first half. We got 1 half in the books. It's the Hawks 16, Quabbin 6. We're going to go down to field level. Buffy Catella for all your halftime fun.
Welcome to the HUD-TV halftime show. I'm your host, Buffy Catella, and today we're going to be looking at some videos, having some pretty cool interviews, just overall, just a great time. So right now, I'm joined with a familiar face to this HSBN halftime show, M. White. M. White, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, you know, the usual.
The usual, yeah. So we're going to be talking about field hockey. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, how's the season going so far? We're almost to an end, right? It's pretty sad. My senior night is Monday. You guys should go. In the bowl, 6 o'clock.
Be there.
Be there, be square. But what are you looking forward to for these last two games?
Well, these last two games, I'm really just looking forward to playing with all you seniors. You know, you, Maggie, Jill, Shannon. Like, these are our last two games we get to spend with you. And it's, like, so surreal to think about, like, next year, you guys won't be there. Like, it hurts my heart so much. So I'm going to enjoy every minute that I get to spend with you on the field and off. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, and you're a captain. I just want to make that apparent to everybody. So, you know, what are your goals going into next year?
So my goals next year is hopefully I am a captain again. Hopefully. And also I just hope to be the best leader I can for the team. I hope to lead by example, you know, really show, you know, the younger girls, you know, what to do and just be the best I can. So, and score, you know, a couple goals along the way too. So, yeah.
So, and, you know, field hockey, it's not just about playing the sport. We also have fun.
Yeah.
So, on a scale of 1 to extremely fun, how fun has this year been so far?
I mean, honestly, extremely fun. I mean, yes, there are the times when we have to run during practice, and I dread it, but it's worth it for the game. And, I mean, every game, even if we're losing, you know, I have fun, so.
Okay, well, you know, thanks for this interview. We're actually going to send it to an awesome field hockey video, you know, of us having fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, check it out.
She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while her brother played the guitar. She asked me, what does it mean? The Gaelic ink on your arm. Said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you want to drink on? She took Jamie as a chaser, Jack for the fun. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Chatted some more, one more drink at the bar. Then put Van on the jukebox, got up to dance. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance with my pretty little Galway girl. You're my pretty little Galway girl. Hey. You know she beat me at darts and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders were called was when she stood on the stool after dancing to Kaylee, singing to trad tunes. I never heard Carrick Fergus ever sung so sweet. A cappella in the bar using her feet for a beat. Oh, I could have that voice playing on repeat for a week. And in this packed out room where she was singing to me. You know she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. Well, now with us said our welcome and it's closing time. I was holding her hand was holding mine. Our coats both smell of smoke, whiskey and wine, as we fill up her lungs with the cold air of the night. I walked her home, then she took me inside to finish some Doritos and another bottle of wine. I swear I'm gonna put you in a song that I write about a Galway girl and a perfect night. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. Hey!
Welcome back. I'm joined here with physics teacher Reed Pryor. So, we're going to be talking about your summer and some crazy event that happened this summer, a solar eclipse. Can you talk about what you did?
Yeah, there was this weird thing, Buffy. The moon got in the way between the sun and us, and it got really dark if you were in the right place. So I chose to be in the right place. Another scientist and a photographer and I went out to Montana and then down into Wyoming, into the Cascades, and at 12:45 it turned pitch black. It was the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
So, is that the best experience you've had, you think, in your life? One of the best?
One of the best.
Not the best, but like it's pretty high up there.
Pretty high up.
How would you describe it to somebody who's never experienced it before?
You know, you're in the middle of the day. It's a bright, shiny, sunshiny August day, and it gets so dark you can see the stars at noon for 2 minutes, and then it's right light again, and you see the shadow coming at you at several hundred miles an hour. It's pretty cool.
That sounds amazing, but we're going to transition into Spirit Week. Yeah. I know you're very into this.
The Red Sea, you should see them. They're red, white, and blue sea tonight. Doing the USA theme for the day. The game is going great. The scoreboard says 16-6. We got 2 touchdowns right away with a couple 2-point conversions. This is a great night of football for Hudson.
So it's been Spirit Week this week. What has been the craziest costume you've seen?
Oh my gosh. They've all been pretty crazy. Look at right. I wish we had a camera to look at this. It's just been wonderful. Almost all of them, don't you think? I mean, there've been a huge number of costumes. Very, very creative.
And, I'm glad that you are here to experience this because I know you're a big Hudson High School fan and you just love this stuff. So is this the best Spirit Week you've seen here?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh yeah. Now, how do we beat it next year, Buffy?
I don't think you will. It's just how.
No, that's. I've heard people say that before, but you're right. It's a high bar.
Yeah, and it's really thanks to those seniors. They really,
That's right. In all the events that happened in the pep rally today, and getting the whole gang together, and the incredible turnout we have here. The band is doing a fabulous job as well. And you guys, it's been really wonderful to have you here televising the games. Gives me a chance to watch them when I'm not around. So good for you.
And it's snowing now, but we're gonna send it to a Spirit Week video, and it's a slideshow of the best costumes this week. Enjoy.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. 15 years old and smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not cannot wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. One friend left to sell clothes. One works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his 2nd wife. One's just barely getting by. But these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill.
Well, that's my halftime show. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, it's been a great show so far, and it's been a great game. Hopefully the Hawks can pull off here with another win. I don't think they've won at home yet, so this would be great. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Buffy Catella. Back to you, Joe and Pete in the booth.
Thanks, Buffy. Another halftime spectacular from Buffy Catella. So Hawks going to the 2nd half. They lead 16-6 over the Quabbin Panthers.
Hawks 2 get ball at halftime for the kickoff. Only been stopped once out of their 3 drives.
So the Hawks receive the 2nd half kick.
Jack Conklin, passing the kicking to Quabbin.
And it's a low kick to the 48.
They're up to 47. 3 to 10. They're up 47.
Fielded by Giancarlo Orlandi. Clemens keeps on the right side, picks up about 3.
Looks like there's 2 flags on the play. Ref's talking about it right now.
Looks like offsetting penalties, look like unsportsmanlike conduct by both teams.
I believe it was first called on the Panthers, but then Hudson came back and got a penalty also, and taking away their 15 yards that they could have gained.
So after all that, it's 2nd down and 7. Second half just underway. Pete Conti, Joe Catella bringing you the action from Morgan Bowl homecoming night 2017. 2 to the left for Clemens. Hawks in the eye. Francolini's going to follow Paniton. Maybe a yard. Gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd down.
You have to believe that the Panthers just had addressed the running situation against Hudson. They've just been running all over them, and they had been making some audibles and stopping the run so far in this the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they were just kind of looking for a spark too at the beginning of that second half. I don't think the onside kick was the way to go, as Francolini goes around the right side and dives his way to the 40-yard line, and a 1st down for the Hawks.
Especially with the Panthers have barely stopped only one time, giving Hudson good field position right away. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to go for, but
yeah, I mean they put him right on a short field right at the beginning of the second half. Berry is to the left, Johnson's to the right, and it's Francolini. Cuts to the left, pushes the pile, close to another 1st down. It's gonna be 2nd down and short. Hawks really haven't been put into those situations where there's any room to pass.
Yeah, only gone for 2 passes. Both passes were only on the 2-point conversions there.
2 for 2, that's a good quarterback percentage too. Francolini slips off of his cut to go receive the ball from Clemens. He's going to be down to the 35.
That counter play has been so dangerous for the Hawks this game, but Tony Francolini just lost his balance and losing some yards to make it a 3rd and about 7-ish.
Clock continues to roll, almost 3 minutes into this 3rd quarter. Johnson and Austin Berry to the left. And the toss, DiBattista cuts back inside, pushes the pile to the almost 31-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and short. Check that on market just inside the 32 of the Panthers. So it's going to be about 4th and about 1.5 yards.
This is a big play for the Quabbin defense here. Stop some of the momentum from the Hawks and bring it towards their side.
And hit quickly that time on the 4th down play. Was DiBattista. So the Hawks turn it over on downs. First time tonight they've lost the ball on downs. They did punt.
Yeah, they took Hunter Paniton out of fullback there, replaced Tony, and then put Andrew DiBattista in. to take the handoffs now. Interesting call there, especially Tony running it up the middle when Tony Francolini is the power back of the team.
Malkowski, the handoff to Colby Smith. Slowed down by Vickery. Didn't allow him to get out of around the corner. And Dalton and Berry and DiBattista able to get him out of bounds.
Earlier on the game when Quabbin did run that play, Hudson did have some trouble stopping it, so positive right there, seeing Hudson take away the lanes for the runner and only gain around 1 or 2 yards.
Did you get our picture, Linda? Oh, now with the good one? Malkowski from the shotgun, looking to hand it off. Both of his backs had cleared out. Total miscommunication that time by the Quabbin offense.
Ooh. Yeah, the backs look like they're expecting a pitch play. It looked like, well, the quarterback's just sitting there waiting to give the handoff where no one was there.
Higgins and the Merowitz with the tackle of Malkowski. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Three to the right for Malkowski. And Quabbin forced to use a timeout. They had too many men on the field. Timeout Quabbin, their first of the half.
Quabbin Gampy.
So what went on here for the homecoming week?
Homecoming?
They don't call it homecoming week anymore, right?
Yeah, it was called homecoming. That we did Spirit Week each day throughout the days leading up to the homecoming game. And today's theme is USA Day, so that's where you can see some of the people Buffy interviewed in USA flags or USA hats.
Looks like the band has vacated the usual spot down to our right, and they're located down with the student section, which is where they should be anyways, but as they fire up the student section over there, that's all they need down there is a little firing up. Band sounds good tonight. I can't get over it. They're having a career night as well. Malkowski downfield, incomplete. That pass was intended for Derek Rohan along the sidelines. Would have been 1st down, but too high for Rohan. Brings up 4th and 11 for Quabbin. They're going to kick this one away. It looks like Malkowski is going to do the kicking. DiBattista back at his own 47.
When the quarterback's always a punter, you always want to watch out for a fake punt pass. Ooh. Almost blocked there.
And the ball's down at the Hudson 45, where they'll take over 1st down and 10. Another short field, 55 yards to go to the end zone for the Hawks. 4:50 left to go 3rd quarter. They're on top, 16-6. And Clemens Hands off to Berry. He's spun down in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 5. Call it 4. Call it a loss of 5. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Clements in the shotgun. Francolini still on his feet. About a 12-yard gain. He got his first daylight behind Jack Roy on the right tackle position. Roy just pushed the pile forward, gave Francolini a little bit of room to choose a direction in which to run.
Yes, Hudson still sticking with the run game. Are switching up the formations a bit, giving the Quabbin defense a different look. But for the most part, just sticking with what they're known to do. Just run the ball.
3rd down and 3. Francolini again, close to 1st down yardage. See where they spot the ball. It looks like this one's gonna move the chains, and it does. Thought that might be a measurable one, but once we saw the spot, it was obviously a 1st down for the Hawks.
Yes,
Clock continues to run. 2:39 left to go, 3rd quarter.
Tony Francolini there got hit in the backfield on a corner blitz, but he still managed to pick up the extra few yards to get the 1st down.
Johnson and Berry are wide to the left. The handoff to Francolini. Francolini, I don't know how he escaped the 2 tacklers in the backfield, but he got all the way down inside the Quabbin 40-yard line. Gonna spot it at the Quabbin 33. 1st and 10 Hudson. Clemens, give to Francolini. Francolini inside the 25 to the 23. Nick Siciliano on the tackle for Quabbin. Another 1st down for the Hawks.
Hawks just sticking with the run game like they have been throughout the game, and one of the big benefits of that, especially in your lead, is the clock chewing. It's almost already the end of the 3rd quarter with only one very low possession game for each team, and with both teams Hawks just going down the field. It's looking good for them right now.
Panifton at fullback. It gives to Francolini. And he pushes it down close to the 20. Seth Talbot and Siciliano on the stop. And the Hawks are going to be content to let the time expire with 8 seconds left to go. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Hawks are on top, 16-6. going to go down to Dakota Antleman on the field.
Thank you, Dakota.
I guess not. Dakota looking a little bit frazzled down there in the end zone. Sometimes it happens when you're working without a wire, right?
Yeah.
Took Dakota about 7 seconds to get up here from down on the field. He's going to exact some justice over there in the control room.
They need to get it straight there.
Next week we're going to be completely run by students, I hear.
Ooh.
So
We'll see how that one goes.
I want you guys ship shape next week. Cam and Dan are both not going to be here, so it's going to be
wow.
completely student run next week. The toss around the left side to Francolini is wrapped up initially by Drew Wimet. And I think next week is senior night.
I'm not sure about that, but it's possible.
That's your homework.
I will look into that.
Senior night is yours.
Who are they playing?
You're going to do all the senior night stuff. So be ready.
I will.
Give on the inside to Francolini. They faked the toss to DiBattista to the right, and Francolini brought it into the left side. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Hawks. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Let's go online!
Johnson is to the right. Berry's to the left. And Francolini chopped down right after he got the handoff. Travis Mortel slashing into the Hudson backfield to make the tackle.
That's a stop Quabbin needed. Get the ball. It's going to be a long field for the Quabbin right here, but on 4th down, stopping the Hawks are making it a 3-possession game. But the offense of the Quabbin does need to improve.
Well, the Hawks came away empty points-wise, but they were able to take a healthy almost 8 minutes off the clock. 9:31 left to go. And Malkowski throws incomplete to Zach Coffin. Spencer Cullen on the coverage for the Hawks. 2nd down and 10. Kobe Smith around the left side. 1st down yardage and more. He's pushed out of bounds around the Hudson 30, the Quabbin 35. We see now they're showing the 30-yard line. Must have stepped out of bounds on that far sideline. Then we're going to go down to Dakota. He came up here demanding a redo. So down on the field, Dakota Antleman.
Thanks, Pete. We're here in the fourth quarter. I'm joined by our analyst, Holly Kerr. We're going to break down a little bit of what the Hawks have to do to keep themselves in it. So, Holly, you know, the Hawks are in sort of an unfamiliar position here. They haven't won a game since Clinton. That was their only win on the season. Haven't really led at any points during the year. So with about 9 minutes left, leading by a little more than a touchdown here, what do the Hawks have to do to pull a win out of this one?
They really have to, like, Quabbin has like a kind of a weak defense. They have a weaker defense than us. So if we can use that to our advantage and like get those passes in, get those yards in, like, we'll win this game.
Yeah, and the other side of it too, Hudson's defense has been doing a great job today, getting on and off the field, shutting down. Quabbin has had a weak defense. Hudson has had a very strong defense and gotten on and off the field quickly, moved through this game, got the ball back in their offense's hands well. The other thing is obviously the crowd element. What role does that play here?
That plays a big role because obviously we have a lot of spirit here. We're called the Red Sea, and basically they just bring a lot of cheer, a lot of spirit, a lot of support to the football players. So they really need to not get so headstrong on that. Just pay attention to each other, stay connected, and get those passes, get those yards.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the Hawks have. We mentioned Hawks haven't been in the situation. They've been on the road for 2 weeks as well. So the crowd element has got to be something they're going to contend with. We heard as we were starting the second half, Coach Joe Lentino encouraging his team. Plays on the field, not in the stands, trying to keep their heads really in this game. So as we go through the fourth quarter, definitely keeping the eye on the mental game and the ability of the defense to get off the field. So definitely our eyes on that. A little over 8 minutes left. We're sending it up back to Joe and Pete in the booth.
Thanks, Dakota and Molly. Brought up some interesting points, and while we were away, Malkowski with the first down carry, Colby Smith as well doing some damage. Ball down to the Hudson 45-yard line. Tight formation this time for Quabbin. Malkowski from the shotgun. And the screen pass, Colby Smith trying to get loose in the backfield, and he's just unable to do it. 4 or 5 Hawks there. Jordan Bushy did the most damage in the backfield. He slowed Colby Smith down to a crawl. Nemerowitz was in there as well, brings up 3rd down and 10 yards for Quabbin.
Quabbin's offense has been rolling this drive so far. Big stop there by Jordan Bushy, holding on to the legs of the runner, and to make it a 3rd and long.
And pass is complete to Lampher. He's inside the 40-yard line of the Hudson 37. Spencer Cullen with the tackle. First down for Quabbin. They trail by 9. Check that, 10. Pass is incomplete. Timeout Quabbin. 6:55 to go in the game. Quabbin trails by 10.
Pete, would you say that this is a must-score drive for Quabbin?
Yeah, I think they have to score here, and then they have to find a way to get the ball back. And they don't have to score immediately, but you want to score with some time left on the clock, because you're obviously, you're probably going to onside kick it and see what happens there. Then you're giving Hudson the ball in, real good field position, probably close to midfield. Probably on the Quabbin side of the Hudson 40-yard line anyway. So it'll probably behoove Quabbin to score as quickly as they can and somehow get the ball back. Malkowski with the keeper. The Hawks aren't fooled up inside the middle. Third down and 9. Three to the right for Malkowski. Certainly a throwing down, and he's looking downfield. Goes for the screen again, Colby Smith, and he's still on his feet inside the Hudson 15.
There is a flag.
Unsportsmanlike against the Hawks. And it looks like the call's going to go against DiBattista.
He made a great tackle there, saving the touchdown, but you need to control the temper there.
Multiple offender this year. Just I don't know what you can do about it. It's about the fifth one, I believe,
Yeah.
unsportsmanlike conduct penalty
Very high.
on Andrew DiBattista.
And he's a great player too.
Just puts your team in such a hole. Carry inside the 10 to about the 8. Nemerowitz on the stops. Second down and goal from about the 8. 5:28 to go. Quabbin trails by 10.
Alex, quick pass!
The reverse, Lamfer. Everybody was looking at Smith to the right. Lamfer came from the right, took the handoff, and went into the end zone standing up for the Quabbin touchdown.
Little trick play right there.
Two-point attempt coming up, 16-12 in favor of the Hawks, and Quabbin got that quick score they were looking for. And 2 points for Quabbin.
Hudson just could not get the ball carrier down there.
This is Malkowski on the keeper for the 2-point conversion for Quabbin. 5 minutes to go in this one, and Quabbin's got themselves within 2. So now Quabbin's going to want to get the ball back.
Does Quabbin go for an onside kick here? I believe that Quabbin should probably kick the ball off. They have been getting better at stopping Hudson's run, but Hudson has been very dominant in the offensive, just pounding the rock with their offense. So it'd be either way. Either option for Quabbin is pretty respectable, with an onside kick or kick it deep.
Zach Coffin to kick for Quabbin. Look for it to be a short kick here with 5 minutes to go. Fielded at the 34. Spencer Cullen took it from his own 34 out to midfield. Going to be spotted about the Quabbin 49-yard line. I don't think he meant to do that. By kicking it on the top, I think he was looking for that high short bounce to let his coverage get underneath it, and it took a long bounce. First and 10 Hudson from the Quabbin 49. 2-point lead, 4:50 to go. Francolini, pickup of a couple. And you have a Quabbin player down, stops the clock with 4:35.
Well, they check on the injured player. Quabbin just stacked the box completely, expecting a run. They, like I said, still the only two passes by Corey Clemens has been on the 2-point conversions. So they're not really playing, they're just planning for the one-dimensional run by Hudson.
Yep.
And which would be reasonable to expect because they've been running it all game and they're trying to chew the clock.
Clock has stopped with 4:35 left to go. So did we finish our discussion about Spirit Week or Homecoming Week or?
Spirit Week? Well, kind of fun fact, Jordan Bushy on the Hudson Hawks 75 did win Spear King for the senior class, which was the most spirited throughout the week.
All right, and they vote on that? Who votes on that?
I believe it's the teachers who they observe the students and see who was most spirited, and then they set in their votes. Wow, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, it looks like Colby Smith is being helped off the field, a junior. He's factored in what offense Quabbin has mustered tonight. He's factored pretty highly in it. Second down, Hawks. Clemens fakes the handoff to Frank Lane. Looks downfield. Complete to Cullen. Inside the 30 to the Quabbin 27.
I think that was a great play call right there. Like we were saying, Quabbin was only expecting the run, and the Hudson pulls out with the play action, wide open, pick up the first down. Corey Clemens is 3 for 3 tonight.
Clemens brings them to the line. First and 10, 3:41 to go. Hawks still on top by 2, 16-14 the score. Clemens trying to get into some open area, and he makes it back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be about a loss of 1. Clock continues to roll as we approach 3 minutes left to go in this one. Clemens on the center. And brought down quickly is Francolini. Malkowski, the first one in there, help from Seth Talbot as well. And timeout, Quabbin stops the clock with 2:31 left to go.
Quabbin has now, I believe, 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they can't have many. I think they had a timeout for the injury. 2 max.
It's a big 3rd and long. I believe Hudson would go for it on 4th down. They do not have a field goal team.
You know what? I'd take my chances with Johnson with
the field goal
with 2:31 left. The way he's been kicking, I mean, you can kind of keep that in your pocket come Thanksgiving Day as well. Give it a shot. Not enough high school teams go for the field goal anymore, even when they do have some kids that can kick the ball. Clemens fakes the handoff, looks to the right side. It's complete. Close to a first down. Austin Berry with the reception.
It does look like 4th and short. They might measure it. Very
calling
close.
it 4th and 2.
The big part of that play, other than making it 4th and 2, is that Austin Berry did go out of bounds, so it did stop the clock.
2:21 left on the clock, and the Hawks are going to go for it here. 4th down at 2.
Biggest 4th down of the game.
And it looks like the Hawks drew Quabbin offside, and Clemens slung to the ground.
Very unnecessary right there.
He's going to leave the game, I think. And it's number 65, Tristan Kemp. And that's going to be a personal foul against the Panthers. It's going to be a first down, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to bring them down to about the 6.
Corey Clemens, even though on the stat sheet doesn't look like he's done a lot, I think he's one of underrated players this game. 4 for 4, make the passes when they counted, and just made the Quabbin defense go off sides to get him the first down, and pretty much put the game away.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty against Quabbin. It's going to move the ball 15 yards closer to the Quabbin goal line. And they also, there was no aside of the usual unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, of which the Hawks had 2 today. One of them was offsetting, so it didn't really hurt them as much. But they had another one that cost them 15 yards down in front of their own goal line. Just another loss of discipline.
Yes.
And that's a Quabbin penalty right there. That's hurt them for the rest of the night. Gives the Hawks their first down. 2:19 left to go in this one. The Hawks lead by 2, and it's first down and 10 from the Quabbin 12. Clemens with the keeper. There we go. Down about the 7. And a timeout on the field. Quabbin, 2:06. When this one's all said and done, we're going to send it back downstairs to Dakota and Molly. And they're going to wrap this one up in a bow. But it appears that the Hawks are going to come out with a victory tonight. As long as they don't throw a pick 6 here with 2:06 to go.
Just keep the ball under control.
Yeah, no turnovers in the entire game. I mean, both ball security was good by both teams, but with the Hawks, putting it up into the line so many times, they were able to hold on to the ball and not turn it over by way of fumble.
Here you go, Tony.
And Francolini down to the 5. And clock stops again. Quabbin with a timeout. That's going to be their last.
But Tony Francolini there, just fighting for yards like he's done all night, getting the extra 2 or 3, putting him in a better position to make it 3rd and reasonable.
3rd down and 3 for the Hawks from the Quabbin 5-yard line. Hawks host Tingsboro here at Morgan Bowl for senior night next Friday, 7 o'clock kickoff. And Joe's going to bring you all of the senior night festivities.
Oh, yes.
He'll have everybody's name. He'll have their mother's name, their father's name.
I will get that done for you, Pete.
He's going to be, don't do it for me, you do it for you, because you're the man for the senior night festivities. So get ready.
I am.
Ask Buffy. If you need help, she'll help you.
Here you go. He's in.
DeBatista into the end zone for a touchdown, 5 yards out. So the Hawks increase their lead. It's now 22-14.
And that touchdown right there looks like it's going to put the game away with 1:43 left. Very unlikely Quabbin can make a comeback.
Come on, guys.
And whistle again, this time, timeout Hudson. And the Hawks getting called back onto the field now by the referee. Timeout has expired. 1:43 to go. Johnson and Berry are to the right. Clemens. Pass is tipped.
Ooh. First
so the extra point is no good. 1:43 to go. It's the Hawks 22 and the Quabbin Panthers 14.
First incompletion for Corey Clemens tonight. And it was a wide open pass, but one of the Hudson receivers thought it was for him and tipped it away.
So the Hawks with the 8-point lead, 1:43 to go.
So missing that two-point conversion does make it a one-possession game. So Quabbin is not completely out of this game now, with no timeouts left and 1:43 left on the clock. Going for a game-winning or game-tying drive.
So Johnson's trying to try to get this one as far down the field as he can.
He has to. He can't give him good field position this time.
No, it's a slow kick again. That is Tyler Murray at the 50-yard line. Going to be spotted at the Quabbin 49. Why give him a short field?
I do not understand that play call at all.
I don't get it. 1:42 to go. I believe Quabbin is out of timeouts. At best, they have one left. Malkowski can get the ball down the field. He's got a couple of worthy receivers as well. And Lanfer comes to the near side with Zach Coffin. Colby Smith I haven't seen. He's a deep threat as well. Pass complete to Devin Thomas. Only a gain of 1 on the play. Would have been better suited throwing that one out of bounds. Stop the clock. Malkowski.
Nice job, D-line!
The hard count. Trying to draw the Hawks offside a little early. Changed the play, it appears. And picked off by Johnson. That's what happens when you get into try to come from behind and you get into a throwing offense. And Johnson with the interception puts his one on ice for the Hawks with 1:06 to go. And Quabbin cannot stop the clock.
And yeah, let's put that one away.
We're on our way, Chris.
And now Hudson just has to go into victory formation and run out the clock and get their second win of the season. Hawks just need to knee it one more time, maybe 2.
The drinks are on, Mr. Mack. Huh?
And the Hawks come to the line.
Nobody gave me anything. Ooh. Sorry.
And that's it. The Hawks won't have to make another snap. So the Hawks break their 3-game losing streak, pick up their second win of the year with a 22-14 win over the Quabbin Panthers. It was Francolini and Clemens and DiBattista with the touchdowns for the Hawks. Good defensive effort overall by the Hawks, and you know, they did what they need to do. They took some time off the clock, they scored some points, and they get back on their winning ways. For Joe Catella, I'm Pete Conti. We're going to send it down to Molly Kerr to wrap this up in a nice package for us. Take it away, Molly.
Hi, good win for the Hawks. It was 22-14. The Red Seas run on the field. Everyone's excited. Thanks from all of us at HUD-TV. I'm Holly Kerr, and good night.